far fewer than just a few years ago when he took 92.
Clarify, if you would, to the audience.
Oh, sorry, this is in the pocket.
This is like when throwing. This doesn't include when he's running the ball.
Right.
With
Yeah.
it's just
He
for
did take,
just for the
So
audience.
total hits, we're not.
Yeah. It's harder.
But he
totally.
did run less last year than ever,
Yeah.
and he
Career
threw it
low.
less than
Yes.
ever.
Yeah.
MVP, Jalen Hurts. Okay. What's on the line for the MVP this year?
The same thing that's on the line for Lamar Jackson. He is now, Josh and Lamar, S. Bobby Q.
What? What?
This
S.
guy-
Bobby Q.
Yeah, I could see.
I don't even know what this is.
The
S.
corner
Bob-
of Bruce's
Super
mouth.
Bowl or bust quarterback. They are the two main S. barbecues in the league.
Who? Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Super Bowl or bust quarterback.
I get it.
That's what they
Yeah,
are.
good point.
Yes, yes, barbecue.
And now, obviously, Mahomes and Jalen are S-Bob, but there is not the pressure on them.
Yeah, well,
right? They've won.
Yeah.
These two, until they win a Super Bowl, the pressure is all S-barbecue.
Yeah, we
got it.
got it.
All right,
We got
it's
it.
all on there.
What happened to the final B?
Well, quarterback's one word, Wilds.
The
Oh, 'cause
final
lots
B.
of- well, I was saying QB.
Yeah, I understand, but
Barbecue.
we just keep going, bro. Let's not
You get it,
distract.
right?
I do get it.
All
I
right.
don't
Go
know
ahead.
if that's gonna.
No, I'm
off
not.
the shelves.
I'm just
He's
saying.
not trying to be funny.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a fact.
Yeah.
They're
Got it.
S-barbecue.
Yeah.
Super Bowl or bust quarterbacks.
Yes, go ahead.
It just
Yeah.
makes total sense.
It does now that I hear.
All right,
Yeah.
get it?
Yeah.
Now, the fact is, every year until they win a Super Bowl, the pressure is going to be on. And nothing, Deion Dawkins, God bless him, he's trying to lower the pressure on the team, on Josh. But there is no way Lamar or Josh can be satisfied without, I guess if getting to the Super Bowl is another step in the right direction. But Lamar especially has to win. He's the only two-time MVP who hasn't won a championship. And Josh has to win a Super Bowl.
Well, yeah.
Like they both have to win a Super Bowl. Maybe it'll be next year. Maybe it'll be the year after. History says one of them's they're both, you would think both of them will win one at some point.
Yep.
And we're getting, further along in their careers.
I look at it a little earlier in the postseason than you do. He cannot lose to Patrick again. He can't. And so I think that, the quarterback who has owned another quarterback list in the playoffs, that the Patrick over Josh is in the pole position. We can put it up there, 4-0. Here's the thing, man. Like, Brady over Rivers, it's like, okay, Brady is in a drastically different class than Rivers. Aikman Favre is different because we look at them as their primes didn't align. You know what I mean? That Aikman had it,
Before,
and then by the time Favre got rolling, the Cowboys were out of there. Kelly over Marino, that's a sneaky, like, the most important part of Jim Kelly's career and the worst part of Dan Marino's career is what they were, Kelly getting to all those Super Bowls, Marino never getting to one, and then Elway Kosar, it's just, again, we're talking about two different total calibers of quarterbacks. 4 times in the playoffs is wild. Like, that...
This is early. They still got long careers left, too.
Tom only beat Peyton twice ever in the playoffs. I say that, people think it's not true. Like, Tom Brady beat Peyton Manning 2 times ever in the playoffs. It feels like he owned him. You know why? Because he won the first 2. Peyton actually has a winning record against Brady in the playoffs. It's 3-2 Peyton. But those 3 took, over a decade. Once he was in Denver, 2 of those wins. Brady was immediate. Like, so that... He can't lose to Patrick again. There's a lot of ways for this season. Nothing will be gratifying other than winning the Super Bowl. The only disaster is to be 0-5. And so, yes, I think he wants to get off this list, the most playoff wins and not making the Super Bowl as a quarterback. He has 7. 30 guys have 6. The other 29 have played in the Super Bowl. Josh has not. I think we all think eventually he's going to get there.
They're like partners.
Yeah, but right, of course they are.
But you're saying if he loses to Lamar or Joe Burrow, whoever in the playoffs,
Again, he'll be devastated, but like it's...
On the flip side, if they met earlier and he won and then lost...
I still think that is something.
I think that would be okay.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Like if he were to beat... If round 2 is Josh Patrick wins, and then round 3 is Josh Lamar wins, I don't think this year hurts Josh.
It's like step in the right direction.
You know what I mean? Still haven't made a Super Bowl. Like maybe Lamar ascends past him in some people's. But 5 times that's more than Jordan beat the Knicks. Like you don't want to be
that's fair.
In that. So that's to me where it's at. And also, can I add I have an air of trepidation about him talking about trying to become basically more of a true passer. Because the reason I believe Josh Allen is the second best quarterback in the league, hands down, is not because just the passing. It is because I think he is such a dynamic, devastating rushing threat. And if you look at him as a passer the last 2 years compared to Patrick, who these are the 2 years we're like, what is wrong with Patrick? He has won an MVP and come in 5th in MVP voting with equivalent passing stats to Mahomes. And we think Mahomes is like falling off. So, and I'm not saying that's unfair. It's because of what he adds running the ball.
Yep.
If he's saying, you know what I mean, I'm going to try to run the ball less, that would, I get why he's doing it, but that would worry me. I
agree with you that he can't keep running. Well, no, I disagree in that. He has to become. He's already a good passer, but as his career goes on,
he's got to become better.
He's going to have to throw it more because he can't keep taking these hits. Maybe could end up like Cam Newton.
Well, that's what they talk about
took
in the
so
article.
many hits
and
then
who had to change how it was.
So he's going to have to throw it more. But that's the interesting thing. He won the MVP last year. He threw it less than ever. He ran it less than ever.
He just
but
stopped
still
turning
felt
it
like
over.
he was a huge part, the main part of the offense.
The ball over.
Bills Ravens next Sunday night. Prediction week rolls on. We're looking at Defensive Player of the Year. Surtain won it last year. Here are the recent winners. Surtain, Myles Garrett, Bosa, Watt, Aaron Donald. Shout out to Stephon Gilmore. Then 2 more Donalds, Mack, and another Watt. Wow.
Yeah. And JJ won 2 more before that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The Watt and Donald family have dominated
They're just crushing it
the last decades. Yeah.
All right, your Defensive Player of the Year pick, Brew.
I was torn between 2 guys, not on that list. Will Anderson Jr. in Houston, who I think has a great chance. I think that defense is going to be very tough.
Yes.
And he's going to have a huge year. And Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh,
and I'm going with Hutchinson because I think he's coming back with a vengeance. Like, obviously he hated to miss, the second half of last season. He was on pace, and I'm not saying he's going to do this, but he was on pace for 25.5 sacks.
We
had 7.5 sacks in 5 games. Obviously, I'm not saying he's going to get 25, but the record's 22.5. Yeah. So I'm just saying that's the type of pace he was on, and I think he will have a huge year sack-wise. I think that defense is going to be better than it was last year, and so I'm going with Hutchinson.
You know how yesterday you were a little disappointed in Danny Parkins because he didn't pick the Chargers to win the AFC West?
No, it was okay.
And he was trying to do the right thing journalistically and integrity-wise and only say what he actually believed. You wanted him to do the best thing for the show.
Yeah.
I had a similar issue today. The best thing for the show is to, after the meeting we had today and after the 3 months we've had, is to say it's Trey Hendrickson. And to make us do Trey Hendrickson right here. However,
horrible.
However, I don't think the Bengals are going to be good enough on defense. So I'm going with someone who I actually think could have. He's never had more than 14.5 sacks, but I think his team is going to need him to get after the quarterback. I think they're going to have more leads than people think they will and be involved in more shootouts, and that is Max Crosby. Max Crosby has finished 6th in this award. He's finished 4th in this award.
He's great.
He is the, you know what I mean? For the Raiders defense to have a fighting chance, he's got to be great. And I'm serious when I say he has gotten his sack numbers despite the fact that they are, typically trailing late in these games.
Yep.
If I'm right and they're at least going to be more competitive, you know what I mean, have some leads, he should be able to tee off some. I say Max Crosby for the
Can I put one take chip on the take roulette board?
Please.
A lot of noise about this guy. Talk about a guy ready to come out with a vengeance, with a new contract. Micah Parsons.
Oh.
One take chip.
I think
But that defense has to be good. Even though it's an individual award.
I think that's a good.
They gotta be
one
really
take
good.
chip
One
is
take
good.
chip.
I think that's good. And this is an award that even
I'm
with
a
a
Micah
slow
guy,
start, you can win. You know what I mean? Even
Actually,
if
I think it's important. Come on late.
But if they're getting blown out.
That's the problem. The problem is he can have as many pass rush.
Are the Bengals actually paper tigers? That's next on FS1, the Fox Sports Channel on Sirius XM.
When you said new contract, I thought you also were going to say Trey Hendrickson.